Hey there, House here. Last week wasn't my best week. But hey, we all have our up and down moments, right? I went 9 and 7, bringing my overall record to 19 and 13 for a win percentage of 59%. That is a rough number. Let's just roll right into my week 3 picks as I look for a nice bounce back. First off, we have the Texans versus the Panthers. The Panthers have been playing some pretty good ball to start, and the Texans, who were playing well under Tyrod Taylor, will be starting David Mills until Tyrod is healthy. Look for the Panthers to walk all over this Texans team and their rookie quarterback. I'm picking the Panthers. The Chiefs are coming off their own loss in Week 2 after a costly fumble by the running back as they were in field goal range set up to beat the Ravens. Look for the Chiefs to bounce back in this entertaining matchup. I'm picking the Chiefs. Jaguars versus the Cardinals. Not many teams have looked better than the Cardinals right now. They are firing on all cylinders on offense with Kyler Murray leading the way. The Jaguars are continuing to go through their growing pains like most expected. Look for the Cardinals to win this game with some relative ease. Browns versus the Bears. The Bears appear to be set to start the rookie quarterback Justin Fields in Week 3 due to the injury to Andy Dalton. The Browns are picking up right where they left off last year offensively. After just losing in a close game Week 1 against the Chiefs, they came back the following week to finish off the injured Texans team. I'm looking for the Browns to take this game, but I'm also looking for Fields to have a couple of successful drives for the team to make it a little competitive. Bills versus Washington. The Tyler Heineke era in Washington started out strong with a good performance against the Giants that saw them win their Thursday night matchup last week. The Bills looked like the team that I thought they would be in Week 2, dominant on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. I look for Heineke to have some struggles as the Bills win this game. Titans versus Colts. The Titans and Derrick Henry looked like a team that wanted to get back to the ground game, and boy were they successful. Henry ran the ball over 30 times for over 250 yards and 3 scores. He helped their comeback effort against the Seahawks last week and won in overtime. The Colts lost Wentz to injury, surprise, surprise, and struggled once he left. With him expected to miss this week's game, I'll be looking for the Titans to win with some relative ease. Patriots versus Saints. Jameis Winston looked like his normal self last week, struggling to move the ball and turning the ball over. The Patriots played a bit better against a bad Jets team. That effort still isn't enough to make me think that they'll blow the Saints out of the water this week. If Winston can stop turning the ball over and complete a ball to Kamara, I think they'll have the advantage. I'm picking the Saints. Giants versus the Falcons. The Giants fell victim to penalties and poor play last week in their close Thursday night matchup against the Washington football team. The Falcons played a little better against the Bucs, but Matt Ryan quickly turned into the quarterback that turns the ball over at nearly every turn. I'm looking for the Giants to play a little bit better here with hopefully a stronger Barkley. I'm picking the Giants. Steelers versus Bengals. Soon, the days of only 2 good AFC North teams will be over with the Browns and the Bengals continuing to make strides in this division. The Browns are nearly there, and the Bengals have some good young pieces in place. The Steelers played well in Week 1 and pretty poor in Week 2. Only time will tell which Steeler team shows up this Sunday. I'm picking the Steelers. Lions versus Ravens. The Lions look pretty pedestrian after their offensive showing in Week 1. Their defense still has plenty of holes. The Ravens had a great game against the Chiefs as they upset the AFC champions from a year ago. Lamar Jackson showed off his arm and legs in that matchup. I look for Jackson and the Ravens to run over the Lions. I'm picking the Ravens. Broncos versus Jets. The Jets still have plenty of growing to do. The Broncos are rolling the right way with a solid defense and some premier play from Teddy Bridgewater. Look for the Broncos to roll past the Jets. I'm picking the Broncos. Raiders versus the Dolphins. The Raiders and Carr have been the early surprise to say the least. He looks strong and doesn't show signs of stopping just yet. The Dolphins were dealt a blow with the injury to Tua. Until he's back, look for the Dolphins to struggle with Jacoby Brissett under center. I'm picking the Raiders. Rams versus the Buccaneers. Tom Brady is off to a historic pace with 9 touchdowns in this early season. Their defense hasn't been up to par from last year. The Rams have been impressive in their own right with the play of their defense and Matthew Stafford. someone who I didn't believe would be playing as well as he has. Look for this game to be entertaining on all fronts. I'm picking the Rams. Vikings versus Seahawks. The Vikings are a team that can't seem to get out of their own way. From dropping the Week 1 matchup in overtime to losing in Week 2 by missing a 37-yard field goal, I don't see their luck improving here. The Seahawks had a good lead against the Titans late, but began to lax and blew that lead before losing in overtime. Look for them to have a bounce-back performance against the Vikings. I'm picking the Seahawks. 49ers versus the Packers. The 49ers looked really strong at the start of the season. I'm picking the 49ers. Last we have the Cowboys versus the Eagles. The Cowboys offense still looked strong last week, albeit not as strong as they did in Week 1. Their defense still leaves something to be desired. The Eagles did not look great last week after performing well in Week 1. I'm looking for them to step up and play well against this divisional foe. I'm picking the Eagles. Well, there you have it. Those are my picks. Thank you for tuning into the House Report. As always, I hope this week's picks go better than last week. If you agree or disagree with any of my predictions, please leave responses in the comment section. Lastly, to all my betting friends out there, remember, you win some and you'll lose some, but the house always wins.